invite now up to the stage Gift Sally Akinyi. She's an award-winning communicator internationally, and she works as Womankind Worldwide Communication Manager. She specialises in telling stories and making sure that organisations support the things that they say they support, as opposed to just turning it into a bit of rhetoric and tokenism. So, Sally, please come up.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. I hope you're all enjoying yourselves in the world's biggest women's festival. I believe so? Yes. And happy Africa Day to my African sisters and friends. My name is Gift Sally. I'm a storyteller and a communications expert who's passionate about social impact. I'm also a singer. I'm a mentor. I'm a relationship weaver. I support brands to tell their own corporate stories and to inspire people with their purpose-driven agendas. I work for Womankind Worldwide, which is a fierce feminist organization that is committed to creating a feminist future for women, girls, and people of all genders. And we work alongside them by funding them. We work in solidarity by as well pushing for women's rights within the movement, and as well strengthening the movement, and as well just providing spaces where they can be able to amplify their voices. So today I'm delighted to be in a sitting where all of us, I'm sure we are convicted that we have the power within us to be able to make a difference in the world around us. One of the greatest feminist leaders that I really admire and I look up to, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, said, to women and girls everywhere around the world, I issue a simple invitation. My sisters, my friends, my daughters, find your voice. Today, I welcome you into my world of everyday feminism, and I'll share shortly about how we got there as Womankind Worldwide and why we resonate so much with this story. So why everyday feminism, you might be thinking right now. So let me paint a picture of our current realities around the world. So right now, as we speak, less than 15% of the world's agricultural landowners are women. We have a 42 billion financial gap for women's businesses in Africa. To date, women are still being denied the right to enjoy their own economic freedom. The state of women's rights in Afghanistan is now being discussed in boardrooms, and yet we still have 80% of school-age going girls who have been deprived the right to education by the Taliban. And why are we still talking about the gender pay gap anyway? Should it be an issue? It should be automatic. So as Womankind Worldwide, and I think you may start to ask yourself, why everyday feminism? And why does it really matter so much? I'm reminded of a Swahili saying, I'm Kenyan by the way, haba na haba hujaza kibaba, meaning little by little goes a long way. So it's a reminder that whether you're grabbing a cuppa in your favorite coffee shop, no pun intended, or you're boarding the train or the plane, or if you're participating in your local women's march, that we all have the power to be able to make a difference within us and with the world around us. And so as Womankind Worldwide, when you look at all these inequalities that I've painted, we decided to focus on the joy of feminism this International Women's Day, and we wanted to spotlight some of those daily acts of feminism that are often forgotten. And so we did this in 3 ways. So I'm going to share some 3 moments that we did. But this campaign is not just a campaign in itself. It's a conversation that we started, I think it's now approximately 24 months. And it draws inspiration from Laura Bates, who wrote a book called Everyday Sexism. And it speaks to the experiences of feminists around the world, so such as Horia. So these are some of the women that we support across the different countries. So we have Horia from Afghanistan, we have Sehin, who comes from Ethiopia, we have Shailene, who comes from Kenya, and we have Pema from Nepal, and we have a fierce African feminist called Diebolole Bohan. And so we did a campaign to spotlight their voices, and please, at this point, come with me into the world of Horia. So Horia is an Afghan feminist who wants to create a feminist future for her daughters, where they can be who they are, they can be safe without facing stigma, discrimination, or racism. Then we have Seheen, who believes that the world's greatest injustice is gender inequality, and that is why she's so committed towards the Ethiopian women's feminist movement, and she works alongside male allies who are advocating for this in her country. Then we have Shailene. I'm sure you've all heard about the gory femicide statistics that we had in Kenya at the beginning of the year. So Shailene is an executive director of a women's outfit in Kenya, and she found her home in feminism from an experience of trauma. And she considers it as a place of community building and where she can be able to find her safety and her well-being. And then the other person that we spotlighted in the campaign is called Pema, who is an indigenous Nepal feminist who believes in the power of community and allyship, where feminists come together to be able to change the world around us. And then we have Diapolo, who is very radical about her stand on feminism. And she shows up with kindness and courage alongside other young women to be able to advocate and to push for change. So this is a critical component of the campaign that we were able to release as Womankind worldwide this year. And it's an inspirational video that you can be able to access as well through our YouTube channel. The other thing that we did is that we released a publication because we were thinking about that colleague, that sister, that friend who's heard about feminism and they want to join the conversation and be allies. And so this publication is something that we have used to be able to strike those bold feminist conversations that people no longer have in hashtags. Like, are feminists angry? Are they man haters? No. And so it equips them with knowledge and it helps them to introspect into some of those ingrown biases and stereotypes that we have within us and to